When we went to Buffalo, it was actually a barber we were speaking with who pointed out that it's much more difficult to get a gun in Buffalo than Cincinnati, since New York laws force people to register their handguns and you do not need to have a permit to carry a gun there. Neither of those things true for Ohio.
If I were asked to vote on a bill that's going to literally, the government is going to register all your guns and make you lock them up in a certain fashion, it would not go over well here in my district.
Representative Cindy Abrams says changing the gun laws is not going to change the direction of Cincinnati's gun violence. She says continuing to fund the police and helping to recruit more officers will help. Fellow Republican Bill Seitz agrees, but he also appreciated the proactive approach to policing we highlighted in our stories on Buffalo, something he says he does not think Cincinnati is doing enough of.
That relatives of mine who are on CPD are telling me that they're being told by their superiors, don't go looking for trouble, just respond to calls for service. And that's the very antithesis of what they've done in Buffalo.
The public information officer for the Cincinnati Police Department told me via text Mr. Seitz' comments could not be further from the truth. The community groups fighting violence in Buffalo told us they are funded partially by state money, grants that help them mentor teens and struggling families, provide jobs and after-school activities. Similar groups in Cincinnati say they are not receiving state money. We asked Democrat Representative Danny Isaacson about it.
You are in a position where you can affect change. What are you going to do about it?
In the next budget, I'm going to be even more focused on making sure that young people have productive things to do after school and in the summer, have access to employment, access to enrichment, access to more mentorship, and that exactly the types of groups you're talking about, the types of groups that provide the community grassroots support that the data shows us works, have support from the state.
Representative Seitz was open to the concept.
How about the state offering more money to these citizens groups?
Sure, I think that's a fine idea.
Is that something that you would work on?
Well, it's something I would certainly support. Yeah, absolutely.
Representative Abrams, not so much.
Or we can take a look, but at the end of the day, why not look at the local businesses in the community and ask them to chip in towards this mentorship program at the church? Again, I'm a fan of public-private partnership because, going back to it, the government cannot and should not solve all of your problems.
Representative Seitz, by the way, mentioned the stiffer penalties are also needed for those who break the firearms laws that we do have. Morella?
Thank you, David. And next week, we will hear from Cincinnati's mayor and several council members about what they are doing to reduce gun violence. City Manager Cheryl Long and Police Chief Teresa Thigi have so far declined to speak with David about his reporting from Buffalo and why Cincinnati has not been able to significantly reduce its number of shooting victims over the past several years.
From breaking news to feel-good stories, Local 12 has it all. Tab subscribe and click the links for more content like this.